Well, friends and neighbors, it's time to go. It actually still looks okay by the latest grib. However, this afternoon, tonight is basically going to be hell because it's going to be cold and we're going to be in a light gale. So the plan is once I get my lead clear of Martha's Vineyard, I think I'll put the trysail on and go under either the reef staysail on the trysail or the heavy weather jib in the trysail. And we should be just after the beam, so she should still move along nicely. Hopefully that'll keep her properly canvassed. But just had some snow flurries go by. It's cold. It's in the 30s here, Fahrenheit. So I don't know what that is. That's like 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. Anyway, yeah, it's time to go. It is 2:45 in the afternoon on Tuesday, the 28th of November, 2023. We're hitting this nasty slop, Vineyard Sound. The current is kind of going against the wind. Component of it is. So we're really just slapping into it here. I can remember sailing out here in warm summer days, those beautiful bluffs. Sailboats out here now, because this ain't the summer anymore. Okay, what is it? It's a little after 7 in the evening here, and still trying to get out of Vineyard Sound here, and getting clear of Gay Head. I got 3 reefs in the main reef staysail. And I'm gonna have to go down to the heavy weather, but I want to get past this gong. Basically, I want to make sure I get my lead clear before I put her under any easier canvas. As you can see, we're fighting quite a bit of current now. It took me longer than I thought to get out of Vineyard Sound, and I'm also just having to warm my hands. Putting that 3rd reef in the main, my hands were so cold. I couldn't feel much with my hands. So trying to get that tack kringle in, I was having a devil of a time. Well, at least we got a nice full moon. But other than that, this passage is starting off pretty much as hellish as it looked on the weather maps. It is snowing. There's a little snowflake. I don't know if you can see him in the camera. Yeah, there, you can see it. A little snow shower. Nothing like sailing in a snow, oh, it's a snow shower. Wow, good morning, one and all. On a rag ragged gray morning. Hopefully it's going to clear out. So we're presently about 70 miles south of Montauk Point. We ran a good 60, 70 miles overnight. Had a devil of a time getting out of Vineyard Sound because that chop was just vicious. Even though we were getting help from the current, it was really sending up a chop. And you know, at times I could just barely get up any speed, barely steer the boat. And the other thing is because I was outside in that cold for so long, when the wind really started to pipe up, I had a really hard time getting the third reef in the main. It was mainly getting the tack kringle in, just because I couldn't get my hands to work. Yeah, woo, it's still bitterly cold out here. Anyway, just downloaded the latest grid. Still looks pretty good. Basically a lot of kind of 15 to 20, maybe 20, 25. We might get up again another round of 25 to 35, and that would be just coming into Bermuda. Not a bad forecast. This has gone down. I mean, we had a light gale. We had 25 to 35 last night. It was a brutal night. This is forecast to drop off. It's definitely dropping off now. It's forecast to drop off to about kind of 12 to 18 this afternoon. So pretty soon I'm gonna go forward and put that reef staysail, call it breakfast, and then go put that reef staysail up and maybe shake the third reef out of the main. Moving on this passage, and I mean, it looks like the next couple of days is going to be good sailing, so that's good. But we got up front, we got to watch out for coming in over the weekend. Basically more bad weather coming over the weekend, so the faster we move, the better. Well, now I have a problem. So I'm thinking over some possible solutions. Naturally, I discovered it after I had departed. When I glanced aloft and noticed that the staysail halyard, the standing end of the halyard where it is seized to the block aloft, the hounds bands, just below the seizing is badly chafed. I'm worried it's going to break, in which case I'm going to lose my staysail halyard. Of course, to replace this would require me to go aloft, which is nearly impossible in these conditions. So the solution I've settled on is I've attached an old throat halyard, which I had stored in the locker, to the hauling end of the staysail halyard, and then I'm going to back it through aloft. And I just attached it end for end with electrical tape. So what I'm going to do is reeve the old throat halyard, which is still in good shape, through the block aloft and use that as a staysail halyard. So now I'm just going to cut the join between the old halyard and the new halyard. The new one has the red flecks on it. And of course I can't run the standing end of this new halyard aloft, so it's simply going to be 1-to-1. So the other end just goes to a shackle, which will attach to the head of the sail, up through the block, and then down to the pin rail. this will work fine as far as raising the staysail. However, I've lost the 2-to-1 advantage as with the old arrangement, which means it's going to be kind of difficult to get the luff on that staysail tight. So that's why I was working on repurposing the jammer to my old ATM mast camera. Okay, so that should give me... That gives me 2-to-1, and that gets you nice and tight. So problem solved, and we're racing south once again. This passage to Bermuda in the late fall, early winter is always a race. You generally leave on the tail of a bad weather system and then try to get to Bermuda before the next bad weather system runs over you. Consider supporting this channel by becoming a patron. As a patron, you will be able to view my videos free of ads. You will also be able to leave comments, ask questions, and message me directly. You can become a patron for as little as $5 a month.